Hello, hello. It is episode 25 now of Only Fools and Collecting. Yeah, 25
Yeah,
episodes.
true veterans now.
Yeah, we are there, mate. We have
Yeah,
arrived.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm amazed we haven't been booted off, if I'm honest. If I'm honest, looking at some of the stuff we've put out, I'm surprised we're still here. But people seem to like it, so we will carry on.
Yeah, but then again, you know, they're just talking about B days on Collecting Weekly now, so it makes our stuff look, you know, pretty decent.
How dirty are their assholes that they have to jet wash them?
Yeah,
Like,
get a Karcher on it.
yeah, like just wipe your ass like a normal person, please.
Yeah,
like fucking hell.
I think one of we had like a B day in like the 90s when they suddenly became trendy, and nobody ever used it.
No.
I've never thought about getting one ever.
First time I ever saw one, I thought that's a weird foot wash. But yeah, so yeah, B days are invading Collecting Weekly by all accounts.
Very odd.
We should get Watto to do a little 1/6 B day even, and send it to Zach. Yeah, it's for his little Spider-Man to sit on. So yeah,
speaking of Watto.
Yeah, speaking of Wattos, as per usual, we are sponsored by the lovely, lovely Wattos. They do 1/6 scale heads, they do 1/12 heads, they do Black Series heads. If there's any character you want, he can do it for you. He is the man. He's currently working on a box of tricks that he's sending me, and every time he sends me anything, like a fucking kid at Christmas, really is. He is awesome. And if you're into Kenner vehicles as well, he can sort you out with replacement parts for them. So. Hit him up because he's exactly what this game needs. Big time.
Top man. We thank him for his continued sponsorship of the show.
Yeah, definitely. So I think we'll start every single show like we normally do with new this week. But in the meantime, we have Danny, Ryan, and Jason in the chat. Hello, everyone, and welcome,
guys.
Yeah. So what you got, Pete?
Yeah, so I'll start in the bottom right corner. So I don't know if you'll notice it audibly, but thanks very much. Thanks to the kind sponsorship of Sean and the contributions from our Patreon members. Collecting Weekly was able to give me some money towards a broadcast microphone and the boom arm that you see in the picture there, and that I'm using now. So thank you very much for that. I think that's you know, where we're seeing that money being put to good use. I mean, we have to pay subscriptions to the streaming service and stuff, but I think in terms of upgrading the equipment of the hosts, it's a good thing. So yeah, thanks for that. That's cool. So I'm getting to grips with the new toy.
Yeah, it's all fun and games trying to figure out a Yeti mic with no dial, with no like markings on the dials.
Yeah.
Particularly on the gain, they just assume that you can work out what it is, which is always fun.
We just played through that just now, so hopefully it sounds good. But yeah, the Scout Trooper, I'm not sure. I did talk about him a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure if I'd got him by then. I think I got him like the next day or something. Yeah, really nice figure. You had one before, didn't you?
Yeah, like
another one of your regrets.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it, and I don't know why I even got rid of it because on mine, I think
didn't you go? You went off of Red Jedi and went to Empire, and then you've kind of gone.
And now I've come back and want it back now. The thing is, what I thought when I first got it was it just looked too white.
Yeah.
So particularly the cloth parts. Because they seem to have weathered the armor sections and then left the cloth.
And the boots, the boots are really heavily weathered,
Yeah, so I just hit it with weathering powders and swapped the body out on the one item.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and I don't know why I ever got rid of it.
Yeah, I think it's got some sort of black and grey scuff marks that aren't very well done. So yeah, it probably lacks a bit in the weathering department. But I think as a figure, it looks good. The bodies aren't great. I think you did a body swap on yours, but to be honest, I haven't bothered because he's just in that pose and he stands fine. I thought I could do it. I thought I can't be bothered. He's fine as he is. And interestingly, because I'd pre-ordered, I'd been looking for one of these guys for a while, but the prices were getting
they're insane.
Stupid. Yeah. I got this for about $220, which I didn't think was too bad. It's not the exclusive, but then I'm not bothered about the rifle really anyway.
Probably get someone to 3D print one now.
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, Sean could probably do it.
Exclusive parts like that don't mean fuck all anymore.
They
Not
don't.
when you can just get someone to 3D print
They're
them.
not worth paying the premium for. No. I've got the Mando one on pre-order, which is out, because my plan was to, maybe if I couldn't get hold of one of these, to try and convert that to maybe a Return of the Jedi. I actually managed to acquire the midriff part from this separately, so that's the main difference between the two. Although the Mando one's obviously got a lot of sand weathering, so it's a case of whether or not you can take that off and kind of tone it down a little bit. So that'll be interesting to see. I'll still go through with that purchase and then do a comparison with them and see if I can kind of use the two of them, or whether I move one on, or
should be
whatever.
able to.
So yeah, and I think it was only about 160. I think that I got him for, with
really good.
Tim sent. Just the basic one. I didn't go for the bike because I thought I can't be bothered with completely repainting it brown. They'll come out with one eventually, won't they? So
yeah.
And the thing is, I haven't really got anywhere to put the bike anyway. So yeah, so that's cool. So it kind of rounds out my Jedi shelf. And then the big one, the Lord of the Rings Mines of Moria base that I had commissioned by Sammy Maxwell. Absolutely love it. It's fantastic.
It looks really good.
The detail on it is amazing. His stonework is kind of second to none, which is why I went to him, because I'd seen the work he does with the stone, and it's all pitted and bits out of it, broken out of it. It looks amazing. So
is it all foam board?
It is, yeah.
Man, that looks awesome.
Yeah, and on the top of the tomb, I gave him the actual runes, and they've all been carved into it.
Nice.
So it looks really nice. And then I've just finalised the artwork with Dean Gladwell, backdrops and bases,
nice.
for the back and sidewalls. So that it's going to look proper nice when that. So hopefully I probably won't have that for the next show, but definitely the one after that. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to really make that pop. I've got all the other characters in there now, so I'm just waiting for that. And he's also going to do me an aliens one for my aliens shelf as well.
Nice, that'd be good.
Like a hanger, like the loading bay.
Yeah.
So that'll look really good as well. So I mean, it wasn't cheap. I think all in all, with this and it was about 200 quid. So the price of the figure, but it's worth it. And it's a display that I've always wanted to do ever since I started buying the Lord of the Rings. That was my ultimate goal, to do that. So I'm happy with that. So watch this space. As soon as I get the backdrop, then we can talk about that. But yeah,
nice,
it's good stuff. How about yourself, mate?
Fuck all. Absolutely fuck all. Usual. Nothing at all. Yeah, absolutely fuck all. But hopefully that drought will be ending soon.
Yeah. You got your eye on anything in particular? I know you talk about a Dooku.
Dooku's on my list, but at the moment he's sitting around 250, so I'd have to sell some stuff to get it. I wouldn't mind a Batman vs Superman, just to go with my Batman. And maybe a few more Batman figures I'm feeling at the moment. Okay. But I need to have a proper look at my collection, see what I can probably part with and what I want to keep. Because I mean, there's not much out that really excites me at the moment.
No.
Like I say, there's that fella who does all the clone armor and stuff like that, and I've been toying with the idea of making a Clone Wars mall, like a proper Clone Wars mall. But then I'm thinking at least 2 years till the Hot Toys one comes out. So, and they're just going to recycle the head that I've already got. Whereas Sean can do us an actual Clone Wars sculpt. So
because it was teased in the Ahsoka pictures, wasn't it?
But they've done that shit before. They did it with Han.
Bespin Han. And where the fuck is he?
I honestly think all they did with that was got the sideshow jacket, the one off the Hoth Han, shoved it on because you never saw anything other than the back of the head. You didn't see the trousers.
No.
Yeah. I think they've just gone bam.
There was people going,
together.
oh, the hair's different, but I think that was just probably wishful thinking.
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
100% bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, definitely. So yeah, nothing. Like I say, there's a few bits I've got my eye on that I wouldn't mind doing, but I'm enjoying the custom side of stuff at the moment way more than I am just picking like something straight out of box.
Yeah, you've been doing some interesting stuff lately, which we'll come to nearer the end.
Yeah, I've dabbled in other bits which I quite like, and I'm going to try and do a bit more of that. So yeah, hopefully, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So upcoming releases. So we have the I can never say it properly. Alita Battle Angel, the angriest looking lesbian you've ever seen,
with massive eyes.
So this is out now for £263 plus postage. I think it looks pretty good. I think I watched the film once.
Yeah, see, I've not got around to watching it. I bought it on 4K, and I just haven't got round to it. I've heard
film's good.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. But I think this body's got some like insane amount of articulation in it from a lot of the photos I've seen.
Yeah.
I know it's a nitpick, but Hot Toys are really starting to piss me off with just recycling stands. Like this has been on a Captain America and
the battling Captain America.
Yeah, and there's an even older figure, which is I can't even remember what it's called, but it's like an armored fella.
Okay.
From an anime.
Oh, Appleseed one, was it?
No, not that one. No, older than that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I just get sick of them recycling stands when they could give us something. Yeah, they could just give us something a bit new.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks decent if that's something you're after.
I mean, the head sculpts for once, the rooted hair actually looks pretty good. Was that rooted hair?
No, it looks plastic.
I swear I saw one. I must have saw one the other day with someone who rooted it.
Yeah, someone had. Yeah.
Yes, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
Let's have a look. Jason Nelson. I think she's going to be a fun little figure and a sleeper hit. Yeah, I think so. I think people are going to go for it. It's just I think this falls into the category of the stupidly long time we have to wait for stuff.
Yeah,
because obviously the film came out quite some time ago. Most people just would have forgotten about it. Yeah.
And I think it also, like we've talked at length about this before, about figures that are on their own and who do you pair them with? And ultimately, you know, we've let go a lot of figures where we haven't had anybody to kind of display them with. You know, you always end up with 3 or 4 figures, and they're always the ones that are normally on the first to go list because they're easy. You can get rid of them and you're not ruining a whole display.
Perfect example of this at the moment is I have a custom Guyver that Anthony Leafley made me. It's fantastic. Guyver's one of my favourite films growing up. The Mutronics one and the Dark Hero. So I had the Mutronics, got rid of the Mutronics, kept hold of the Dark Hero because it is fantastic. I've got whatever shelf I put it on, it just looks odd. It looks out of place. Like the figure itself is fantastic.
Yeah.
But wherever I put it, at the moment it's sitting with the 2 indies. Well, it doesn't really go with Indiana Jones.
Definitely not, no.
If I put it with my Batman stuff, it doesn't really go. And the problem, I think, because of most people's display cases, whatever they have is a cubes. However you dress it up, they're cubes. So if you start to mix and match in the cubes, unless it's like you've got your 80s action stars or that makes sense.
Yeah, you can tie it together.
Yeah, but a lot of the time it's very, very hard to tie stuff together.
It is.
There you go, Jason. You are correct. No companion character for her. I would put it with my Astro Boy though. That would work. That would work. Because they're both from animes and comics and stuff like that. So I think that would work pretty well.
Or whatever.
Yeah. But you know, great figure. I just don't know what you would put with it.
No. Cool.
No. Yep. And then we had the First Order Jet Trooper for £195.
Or the Shrimp Trooper.
The Shrimp Trooper. I mean, it's different. It's different. But I don't. The thing with the First Order troopers, for me, it's mainly the chest armor. I don't like it.
No.
So this is an easy pass for me.
Yeah, it's funny, and considering how badly the First Order troopers sold from the previous films, it's a bit risky, I think, for Hot Toys to. I don't know how many of these they think they're going to sell.
Mm-hmm. I think they probably thought because it's just different enough that people might go for it.
And these guys were a bit of a. I mean, both, and then you've got the Sith version. They were both kind of throwaway scenes, really, weren't they? In the movie.
I mean, oddly enough, though, I think the Sith one looks a lot better.
Yeah,
I think the Sith troopers look pretty good.
Yeah, because it's different enough. Again, the red just kind of gives it an added. But I mean, there's no difference in price between the two. They're both 195. Yeah,
which I thought was nice because normally if something's a slightly different shade, they add an extra 40 quid on.
Yeah.
So that was all right. They don't offend me.
No, don't offend me, but shan't be buying.
No.
That was it for new releases. Yeah,
that was it. There wasn't much.
No,
there wasn't much. If we just pause there for a sec, because I think I'm getting some feedback your end.
Okay.
I think I can hear myself through your headphones.
Okay.
Have you got any headphones that either go in your ear or around them?
Yeah, I've got my. Let me see. Will it do Bluetooth ones?
Should do. What happened to your old headset?
It is here. I've got it here somewhere.
Is the mic removable?
Don't think so. But obviously, I've got the mic set to.
Yeah, if you got the mic set, then it shouldn't. Try those.
Yeah, let me grab them.
Because if I can hear it now, when I get excitable, I will really hear it.
Yeah.
And plus, if we cut it there, it's easier for me to edit.
Yeah. Let me see if it'll work through here. Right, I can't hear anything. I'll have to put it straight into the headphone jack, probably. There's one on here, isn't there?
Yeah, on the bottom. Right.
Let me
Can you hear?
Let me change the.
Yeah, so change the output to Yeti. Mind you, I don't know why I'm talking. You probably can't hear me.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Yeah, that sounds
hear
better.
You through the Yeti.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah,
right.
That's
Brilliant.
Perfect. I can't hear myself. It was like having a little miniature Ian in my ear.
Oh dear, nobody wants that.
No, I'm surprised. 9 people have even tuned in to fucking listen to us piss about.
That's cool then. Good.
Right, perfect. So, apologies everyone. We shall get back to normal.
Yep.
Yes. So, upcoming releases: the So Green Arrow. This is out Q4 this year, I believe, and will set you back 130 quid.
Bargain.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The head sculpt's not all the way there, but yeah, quite like it.
Are you a fan of the show?
I was for the first 3-4 series, I think.
Yeah.
But it's the same with all the Flash, Green Arrow, and all of that, and Supergirl. I kind of watch it for a couple of series, and then I only then tend to tune in when it's like their big crossover thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of that
series. I don't know. It didn't move quickly enough for me. I kind of got a bit bored with it.
They've fucked themselves over a bit because at the time they didn't have any access to say like Batman characters or anything.
Yeah.
So they kind of retrospectively went back and kind of made Oliver Queen Batman.
Right.
So they killed off his parents. He was a billionaire coming back to his city to clean it up. He had all the gadgets and he built a little team around him, and he was effectively Batman.
Right. Okay.
And then stuff started to pick up with DC, and then you started to get Batgirl, Batwoman, and all of that. And now, if they were to suddenly bring in Batman, it would be very, very similar. So I think they kind of screwed themselves up a bit. But like I say, the first couple of series are really good, and I think this is probably, if you want a Green Arrow in your collection, I don't think this would look a million miles out of place if you had it with the Justice League.
No, I think it was good,
and the price is pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
130 quid.
I had their Flash, and I thought it was a pretty decent figure, to be honest.
I mean, So Toys as a company produce some good stuff. They've had some questionable accusations lobbed at them over the years.
What, copying other people's work, is it? Or
but there seems a few years back, I think it was about 2 years ago, everyone was coming out with their version of like Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
And the whole world and his wife was like, they're copying me. He's copying me. They're copying me. Look, that's mine. This is mine. Yeah. It's like, we're all making the exact same sculpts with the exact same expression. Chances are, if 5 people who are good at what they do it would be like if you had five artists sitting there who are all exactly the same style, drawing exactly the same thing. They're going to be very, very similar.
Look very similar, shouldn't they? Yeah.
I think that was some of the problem.
Yeah.
So that was that one. Again, another non-offensive.
Yeah. No, I like it. To be honest, I think if I was, putting together Justice League, then I'd definitely consider that as a.
I'm not sure how I feel about this one though. The DJ Custom number 16004 T800, bit of a mouthful.
Yeah.
This will set you back 200 quid and will be at Q3 2021. The reason why I'm not sure about this one is I don't see 200 quid's worth of value there.
No, and I don't particularly see Arnie. No. It's not a great likeness. So even with the glasses on it, it's you know who it is, but it's not.
It looks worse with the glasses on.
You think, yeah?
Yeah, it's one of the only figures I've seen, because normally
it looks more like Stallone, actually.
Yeah. Normally you stick sunglasses on something, the likeness tends to improve a bit, but this is the complete opposite. It just looks worse. And like I said, I just don't see 200 quid's worth here. If you look at all the stuff that we just saw on the So Toys Green Arrow, and compare that with what we got with this,
you've got a pretty basic outfit.
Yep.
Which you can get on eBay for 30 quid.
Yeah, you'll have a knockoff Terminator body.
Yeah,
under that.
Yeah. I mean, guns like this are can get any kind of gun you want. Yeah, it's an odd one. It's a bit of a weird sort of timing for it as well, because it's not really. No. Is it from that last film?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. No, to be honest. So that's my ignorance. If it's to do with that.
It's on the list, but I'm just waiting for it to come on Netflix or something. Because I refuse to pay to watch it.
Definitely watch it when it's free. Yeah, or part of whatever we're already subscribing to. Yeah. Nothing's free, but
that's how much I can't be asked to watch it. I can't even be asked to pirate it. I'm just waiting for it to come on.
Exactly. Yeah, well, it was very much so reviews, I think. So
and
then we've got a couple of weirdos.
Yes. So this thing, the Hot Toys Venomized Iron Man, 395 quid for the regular, and 404 for the exclusive. Yes, at Q2, Q3 2022. Now, as I've said before, we can't all sit here every week and slag off Hot Toys for releasing the same old shit. Then when they release something completely different, we just beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
My only issue with this is that start off with Venom, actual Venom.
Yeah.
Start with that. Don't give us Groot, Iron Man, because the more I look at this, so initially I thought this looked really cool. I thought that looks pretty good. The more I look at it, the more it doesn't make sense to me. If Venom is a symbiote and it latched onto a suit of armor, it wouldn't work. Like, it doesn't make sense to this.
No. Yeah, why has he made crab legs?
Yeah, why has he made crab legs? Why is his foot? Everything. I know this will make me sound really petty. Everything is on top of the armor apart from the foot.
Yeah.
That comes out from underneath the armor. It just doesn't. I mean, the actual Venom head looks very, very cool.
Yeah. So is there source material for this? Is this Spider-Man Maximum?
There's a cartoon apparently.
Right. Okay.
I've never seen it, but apparently someone said it was based on a cartoon.
Yeah. It's funny because something on the blurb for it says something like, Hot Toys are pleased to bring out a new line, and shaking things out. That's fine if they give us the characters that we've been asking for years and years. It's the fact that there is no Bespin hand, there is no Lando, and I'm sure it's the same in other franchises as well. And I don't mind them doing this kind of thing. Obviously, that's their prerogative, but it's annoying when kind of show after show, year after year, we don't get these tried and tested, characters that everyone loves and is going to buy. It's fine if you do this as well, but when it's hard not to go, well, do you know what, guys, just spend your time a bit more.
Yeah. It's just no one asked for these. And
there's a lot of work gone into this. It's not like
it's shitloads of work would have had to have gone into making this, and to me, it's just. I don't get wrong. I think the detail looks really cool. I think it's very, very well done. But
we're not
just
knocking the quality. It's just what is it? Who's the market?
It just doesn't make sense to me. And to be honest, I think if they just ditched the crab legs, it would look a million times better.
So you just cut them off.
It just
400 quid. It's only 400 quid.
And that's another thing. 400 quid.
400 quid.
You watch, and it'd be like, well, this is die cast. No one fucking wants it. Like, make it out of gold. No cunt to buy it. No. Yes, I want a Karate Kid line too. You give me a Cobra Kai line, and I'll
definitely.
I'll have that all day long. I'm also very tempted to see what Watto's can do in that regard. And then we have this as well. So this has finally gone up for pre-order. This is the Venomized Groot, another figure no one asked for. 224 quid throughout Q4 Q4 2021 to Q1 2022. 224 quid.
I think, as I said before, the only thing I like on it is the little Super Mario PT Piranhas coming out of his back.
Yeah, I could live without that. I could live without the whole figure if I'm honest.
Definitely.
It just, no one asked for this. No one wants it. No. I can't see this being. Just no Hot Toys. Go home. You're drunk. No.
Yeah. Weird.
No, there's literally not a good thing I could say about it. This, on the other hand, I could say lots of good things. So a bit of Lego. The Mos Eisley 3,187 piece set. It's rumored to be released on the 16th of this month. And they hadn't set a price as of yet when I did the show sheet. So
I think I've seen it 350.
350 now. I know it comes. I think I watched something today that said it came with like 100 Lego minifigures.
About 20, I think. They're all on the top. 20. But you can't really.
Because now you get like the Cantina band and all of that.
Yeah, I mean the figures are cool. The figures are really cool. You can see the little devil guy in the background there, with the horns. I like it, and that I'm a bit of a Lego fan. I like the Star Wars Lego. I don't think I'll buy it just because I really haven't got any room. But I like it. I do like it a lot, and it's good. It's good to see that they're still bringing out these nice sets especially of the original trilogy stuff.
I think
not think too much about the inside. It's obviously got the bar in it, the cantina.
The video I saw today, it opens up and that middle section kind of stays where it is, and that's got the bar in. And then the two bits kind of either side where the domes are, they open up and fold around it. So it kind of makes like a letter M.
Yeah.
And the two side cheeks of the M are the alcoves. You have Han Solo and all of that in there. Nice. And R2 and that, and Luke. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it's
cool. Really good.
I heard another rumor. I don't know if there's any substance to it, that they might Lego might be following up their Keaton Batmobile with the Batwing.
That would be very cool.
It would be. I would definitely
be very, very cool.
Yeah,
I would.
I don't know where that came from, but that would be cool.
What would be cool with that is if they gave you a Lego mount, so you could fix it to your wall, and then Lego, obviously Lego being brick on brick, you could then plop.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if they don't, there's a lot of people that do make nice acrylic flight stands for the for £20 or whatever. So I'd definitely be up for one of those. I couldn't fit a 1/6 scale Yoast one in my house, but I might be able to get away with the Lego one. So that may just be.
I think I could probably get away with that.
I heard something like November or something, so we'll find out fairly soon if there's any substance to that. But that would be cool.
Yeah. The Renaissance Man says Lego has been putting out some great stuff over the past 5 years. Great company. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I even like the new.
They do.
I think
Harry put out some really cool stuff.
The Harry Potter stuff's really nice as well. My boy's got quite a lot of that, although he's kind of got off it a bit now. I did a whole display. That's a big, massive table with all the different things, and he doesn't really look at it, which is a bit of a shame. But they've just done Diagon Alley, which is a really nice set as well. The
sets are brilliant. Like they put a lot of time and effort into it.
They're not cheap. But
no,
I think you know what you pay for.
I mean, if you think about this, $350 now, give it a year, that won't be $350.
No.
That will be a hell of a lot more.
It will be. Yeah, that's the thing. We talk about not seeing the 1/6 game as an investment, but I think Lego, it can be.
Yeah. Well, I told you, didn't I, the other day? I
you did,
dug out my boys.
That's it.
A couple of bits of my boys' Lego, and I just Googled it and was like, I need to find all the bits for this. This is ridiculously expensive now.
Yeah.
So that was my afternoon trailing through drawers and drawers of fucking Lego.
Yeah, Legos are pretty dependable. Not I don't want to say investment, but you can be fairly sure if it's a franchise, Star Wars or Harry Potter or whatever, then it'll be good.
So Get Old Ninja says $400 for the Lego Diagon Alley is pretty high in his honest opinion. I'd say I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't know the ins and outs of it.
It's about 5,000 pieces, though, I think. So, there's a sort of a basic equation with Lego that the pieces are kind of roughly come out at a certain price. Some you get more. Oh, my mic has just fallen off. Oh dear. Let me try and reattach that. I was just thinking
it's with a boom mic.
it was moving. I was thinking, that'd be all right. And
well, I think I've just found our cold intro for the week.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Fucking hell. Screw this thing now. It's because I'm not sitting at they're designed to go on like a normal desk, aren't they? That's kind of got a thickness of. Yeah. I'm using like an old school kind of like a school desk. So it's like a single, and it's not really got anywhere decent to attach the little thing to. So I kind of wedged it in at the top there. Clearly, it wasn't. The thing is, it's been on there for days and not.
I will show you. I'll show you my setup. I'll take a photo and put it on Ox, and you'll see the makeshift crap I've had to do to set up in my little dolly room.
I know that you have gone up in quality because you were balancing on a couple of baskets or something. But at one point, weren't you?
Yes. Yeah, at one point I was. I've upgraded to a tiny little table now.
Yeah,
little fold-away table.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just going to carry on screwing this clamp
You
down.
carry on with that, and I'll look at the comments. So get
Keep talking
on
about
in
Lego.
chat. Yeah, my girlfriend is a castle though, so I'm pretty sure I have to get the Diagon Alley for her. I'd say yeah, you have to. I think you're legally obliged to do that. And we got Rainer as well. Good lad. 10 cents per brick is the American equation.
Yeah.
So it's almost swapping Lego bricks for funny foreign made up money.
All right, fucking hell.
So
come on, baby, hold together.
You good? So Rainer sent me over sent me a message today with probably the best film I have ever seen, and I'm going to watch it over the weekend.
Right.
The Velocipasta.
What's that?
So sorry, pastor, not pasta. He's not Italian. It's effectively it's a velociraptor. Well, it's a priest that turns into a velociraptor.
Brilliant.
The little blog is after losing his parents, the priest travels to China, where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. At first horrified by his new power, a prostitute convinced him to use it to fight crime. Why would I want to watch anything else this weekend?
Oh man,
it looks fantastic. So I think what we should do is we should just watch. So over the weekend, me and you, that's the film. It's probably some Prime.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you the photo. We got to watch it, and we'll talk about it on the next program.
Okay, yeah, mate. That sounds like a goer.
I'll tell you what, I've got some editing to do on this one. We got mics falling over. We got double sounds, all kinds of stuff going on. But yeah, the Velocipasta, fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
I agree. It is going to be off the hook. Unlike this, which I'm not sure how to feel about.
No.
This is the Sideshow the Child. So they put some final production photos up, and bear in mind, this is going to cost you 288 quid out November 2020 to January 2021. Now I'm all about the angle of the dangle and good lighting and all that kind of stuff. And these just don't look. So the two pictures on the left of both look very similar to me. That looks futzing an angle.
Yeah.
But the photo on the right of the new proto, just doesn't look right to me.
No.
Particularly the neck and the chin.
And the head. The head's a lot.
The head looks smaller.
Squished, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Baby Yoda's brother who has a severe wasting disease. It's just not. It's COVID Yoda.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm really like. If I pre-ordered it, I would be pissed.
Mm-hmm. And this is the one that's supposedly made by the people that made the actual.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's all to do with the angle and the way the photos have been taken and the complete lack of futzing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's one of those things we're going to have to see some in-hand photos.
Yeah. But
I still, at the end of the day, I still prefer this to the Hot Toys because I think both of them have got good points and bad points. But I'm still a bit hesitant with this at the moment with those new photos.
Yeah, it's fine for me. I think I've gone on record before saying that I'm not a massive fan of the child.
I'd have nowhere to put it.
No,
I don't know where I would put it and what it would go with. Again, what the fuck would you put it with? Yeah,
exactly. And the thing is, it's this whole mixing scales. I mean, we talk about that we're trying to stick to 1/6, and who else you can get a Groot 1-to-1, and this guy, but there's not really anything else. You're not going to be buying a 1-to-1 Mando.
No.
So yeah, it's a bit of an oddity. I think
it like I say, the more I look at that the new proto photo on the right hand side, they look like two different figures.
Yeah.
And if you think about the angle of which they're moving it, it's just, yeah. I mean,
one looks good and one looks utter shite.
Yeah. I mean, bad show. And the thing is, we all know Sideshow's got form for this, and yet we're all still surprised. I think because they weren't meant to be the ones making it.
That's the thing.
I think we had a glimmer of hope.
People felt that they were safe in that, but it doesn't appear to be the case.
No. That looks like horse shit.
It does.
It really is.
It's about how much was this?
This was 288, so near enough 300 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one wants a sick looking.
No.
I mean, let's just put it this way: if that fucking Yoda turned up at Disneyland, it would go straight to the front of the queue for all the rides. It does not look like a well child. It looks that fucked up. Make-A-Wish are going to phone it up.
Yeah, it is definitely.
It's like, just horrendous.
Yeah,
that's it. The Make-A-Wish baby Yoda.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking horrendous. So next up, enough of that before I do get us thrown off the network. Is this Imperial Guard action figure, the Cadian. So this is from 40k. I loved 40k when I was younger, up until the point where me and my mates were buying Titans to actually kick each other's ass. It was just a money pit. I thought 1/6 was a money pit, but as soon as you played 40k and you discovered Forge World, a whole other planet.
The actual the figure, the little figures, you mean?
Yeah. So what you'd have is Forge World would make the kind of custom stuff and the bigger stuff. So it would all be made to order. So and the Titans were the Titan I had was a Warhound, a Chaos Warhound. It was probably the size of a quarter scale figure. So it was the size of a quarter scale figure. So
yeah, if
you imagine the size of a normal 40k figure is about that, and this thing was like that.
Right.
The template, you'd have to buy new templates to play with. So you were using like templates like that for its attacks for the sizes of the damage it would hit. Yeah. Absolutely mental. And they were all done in resin, and they were all really well done. So this company, which is Green Wolf Studios, who make mainly military figures, and they did the. Do you remember a while back there was a Mandalorian inspired kind of soldier with a similar kind of Mandalorian style helmet, and it was like a modern so that's them. They did those.
Yeah.
So this is 180 quid and due out October. It's all through Kickstarter, which is a bit weird. Which is a shame, because I don't see why it would need to be on Kickstarter.
Why do you think they would go with this as a first? Surely they'd want to go with the Ultramarine.
I think it's probably because there's already so like Bandai and that have currently been doing 1/6 scale. Sorry, not 1/6 scale. They've been doing smaller scaled Ultramarines, and they'd also shown 1/6 scale. So I think they were probably, when they said, "Can we start making 1/6 scale figures?" they were probably told, "You can't make the Ultramarine. You can't make the Space Marines yet, because Bandai are due to be playing around with that." So that's why I think they've gone for the next best thing, which is the Imperial Guard figures.
Is this a license?
This is official, all officially licensed. So the Imperial Guard are effectively the humans, the people. And I think Zach described it pretty well. Space Marines are like your Master Chiefs, big, pumped up, serve the Emperor, all that. Imperial Guard were like fodder. So if you ever played with Imperial forces, you could tend to have Space Marines and Imperials on the same side. You would probably have... so for a squad of 5 Space Marines, you would probably have like 20 of these would be like the equivalent, because they would just get absolutely caned. I think because they can use existing bodies. Yeah, potentially, but I think when you look at the stuff that was coming out, a Space Marine is massive for 1/6 scale. Yeah, but I mean, they've been done. We've seen custom ones. They would be huge. But
what are they meant to be, like 8 foot or something, are they?
They're fucking massive, so they would dwarf this guy. This isn't even a cool
So what's inside? Is it
Cajun
like
officer.
kind of like a genetically modified human in an
Yeah.
ultramarine?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
Pretty much. They're exactly the same as as the Spartans from Halo, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I quite like this. I'm not a big fan of the head sculpt with the hat and that. To be honest, I would have probably preferred a normal soldier instead of an officer. But I think they're laying. I think, like they said the other week on Collected Weekly, it's one of those figures that if you want more and you don't get behind it. Yeah. I mean, but again, it's one of those. If you get it, what the fuck do you do with it? Where else do you put it? If you already collect 40k and and you display them, you could probably mix the scales and it would probably look quite kind of cool. But it is a bit. See, this is where I disagree. No, I'm not a power sword. I really like the chainsaw swords. They are fantastic. So, yeah. If I had the money, I would probably be looking at dipping into this just to see what it's like. Because I think you'd be able to move it on if you didn't like it, and it'd be good to see what else they do going forward. Because this is the thing, like with 3D printing, you could probably do yourself a Space Marine if you really wanted to. Stuff you thought we would never be able to make a couple of years ago, now it's slightly more attainable. So yeah, I quite like that. So that was the Cadian officer, and then we have. Now I don't understand this, and I'll explain in a minute. We got Resident Evil 2, Leon Kennedy by Damn Toys out Q1 2022. I know we've had the Resident Evil 2 remake and the third game remake, but it just seems a weird time to be releasing Resident Evil figures. Like, I think everything about this is pretty good. Just don't like the head sculpt.
No,
it doesn't look like Leon Kennedy to me. But the accessories are good. The body's probably going to be good. Just not a fan of the head sculpt.
No.
Damn Toys as a company are pretty good.
Have they released any previously, or is this kind of the start of a new line?
As far as I know, it's the start of a new line. So they do the Assassin's Creed figures. So they've got form for game figures, and the Assassin's Creed stuff's really good. Really good.
I'm not having it in hand, but everybody I know said that.
So I had the Altair and I picked it up on sale for about £140 from TNS. Brilliant. And when I say brilliant, I mean brilliant. Like, everything was good about it. They're a company that really does use their head a bit. So they gave you all the daggers and everything on Altair. There's fucking loads of them. And they all go into the leather sheath. So instead of making them out of hard plastic, they were all flexible. They were like rubberized. Okay. So getting them in and out wasn't a problem. You never had to worry about breaking it. But they weren't floppy and bent, and they wouldn't bend and stay into a shape. So it wasn't like they were only ever good in the pouches. They were good. They were just good. It was just a good figure. The stands were fantastic. They never recycled the same stands. They always gave you a new one. And the detail on it was fantastic. It was really, really good. So yeah, I'd be interested if they made, if they carry this on and they make Claire and they make Chris Redfield and all of that, then these would probably be your definitive Resident Evil figures. But it's just that sculpt at the moment. I'm not a fan of it. But then again, I haven't played the remake.
No, I haven't. I played this originally whenever the hell that came out, a long time ago, 20 years ago, probably. I don't remember too much about it.
No. My mate, he's big into Resident Evil, and he caned the second remake. He just kept playing it. And I've got the remake of the third one, and I've just downloaded Biohazard. Because it's on Game Pass, and that one's meant to be the freaky, weird one that you can play in 3D. Okay. But I haven't got a 3D, so I won't play 3D.
The virtual reality thing.
That's it, not 3D, virtual reality.
VR, yeah.
Yeah, so I downloaded that, so I need to wait until it's light enough for me to play it because I'm not playing that shit in the dark. I'll piss myself.
Really?
I'm such a big wuss. It took me ages to watch it on my own. Because I remember when. Go on.
You're gone. No, I was going to say. I think you should. I'd like to see a video of you playing one of these games. If you're hilarious.
I jump really easily. So I went to the cinema once with my missus to watch The Woman in Black.
Yeah.
And that I was fucking shitting my pants every 2 minutes. It's not. It's like I'm not. I'm
the whole time. Like, oh my God.
And it isn't that I'm scared. It's just that I jump. It's very easy to make me jump. It's because I'm like a cold spring when those ninja-like reflexes just take over. It's nice because I'm a big
person. You can
person.
never switch it off, mate, can you?
No, exactly. That's what it is. Always living on the edge for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I
do remember. I don't know if it was the first one or the second one I originally played it. The first time that one of those dogs smashed through a window.
Shits the life out of you.
I did genuinely almost shit myself.
Yeah.
I
remember that. Yeah.
It's something that will only ever affect you like that once, the first time. But I remember, I was like, fuck it.
Or when the liquor drops down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck it, what is that? Yeah. Shit's life out of me every fucking time. Every time. And I find it worse sometimes that I know what's coming.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no.
I can't remember exactly when he's going to drop in.
Yeah. So there's been a fair bit of stuff coming out on TV and in the world of TV. And I remember a while ago I spoke about this, but Cobra Kai has finally come to Netflix, and the rest of the world can finally experience what I experienced a couple of years back.
How was it available for? It's something to do with YouTube, wasn't it? But you had to pay for it? Or?
Yeah, so YouTube tried to release their own, like, not I want to say streaming service, but they've always had a streaming service. So their own, like, premium content. So they put up the money for Cobra Kai to be made, and it came to them. So this is actually quite old at the moment. But it's fantastic. So Cobra Kai is the continuation of the Karate Kid story. I loved Karate Kid when I was younger. It's one of my favorite films of all time. All of them. I even like the one with the girl. Like, they're all great. So this Cobra Kai is by far one of the best things that's been put out.
It is. It's brilliant. I'm on. I think I'm on episode 8 of season 1.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely
so much better than I expected.
Yeah,
as well.
And I think there is no bad guy in this.
No,
and that's what I like about it. There is no bad guy. They're both, the way through it, you're just going, for fuck's sake, you two just sit down.
Yeah, they're just so hung up on what happened like 35 years ago.
Yeah, and a lot of the things that happen, if they just spoke to each other, it would all be cleared up. And you're sitting there thinking, and it is almost like watching something like Final Destination, where you kind of go, you can see it coming a mile off, but because they're so bent up on each other, and they've got this perception of each other that just hasn't shifted. That it just it's fantastic, and I'm so happy that it's on Netflix, because it will probably get a third series now.
Yeah, I heard somebody say something about there is a third series coming. So
it's apparently it's like the number one thing on Netflix at the moment. Like I say, it's just, and if I got figures from this, I'd be so happy, like, because it is fantastic. And I agree with Danny Lee. Like,
great.
Soundtrack's fantastic. And there is so much fan service in it, but it's done in a really good way. It makes sense. It's not just there because it's there. Like, when they go on about painting the fence and waxing on and all and all of that. I think
that bit. It was brilliant when he's got.
Anyway, you want me to clean these windows? Nope, don't give a shit.
He's got the Johnny whatever's son. He's working for him, and he's doing the. They don't say it, but he's doing the wax on, wax off, and all that. And then he goes, right, have you finished? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, right, now get on with the other lot. And he looks, and there's like another 100 cars. And he's like, oh, fuck this bullshit. Yeah. And then Danny goes, is it Danny?
Yes.
Yeah. Goes,
Danny
I love I love this bit. And then obviously then it cuts to where he's saying, right, wash the car. And he's suddenly like, oh, hang on a minute. I know how to do karate now. It's brilliant.
Yeah. The roles have completely reversed.
Yeah.
It's
I fucking love this bit. Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's so good. It's so good. And Johnny Lawrence as well. Like he was a complete and utter arse in Karate Kid. And in this, you feel really sorry for him.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of times like when you both hear them describe what went on, and they are completely different stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Johnny Lawrence is like, yeah, well, you were having a bit of an argument, and this guy kind of like stepped in. It's like, no, you were a cunt. Like you were an absolute arsehole. Yes. Like don't try and butter it up. But it's honestly one of the best things.
You get flashbacks from the movie and things like that, and it's they're fleshing out Johnny's like childhood and why he joined the Cobra Kai.
It reminds me a lot of Ash versus the Evil Dead, purely because it's a TV series that were based on some films. They're all like 20 minutes a piece, which is like Ash versus Evil Dead. So they give you just enough in each episode where what you tend to do then is go, fuck me, I have to keep watching this. And before you know it, you've watched like 4 episodes and you've been at it for like an hour, 2 hours. And it's brilliant. Really, I'd love to see more TV programs that are kind of continuations of older films and things like that, instead of trying to make another film. Instead of making a whole nother film where you've got to try and compact a new story into say 2 hours, you can really take your time and do just small chunks, build your story up like they do in this. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Definitely.
And if we got figures from it, I would be so happy. Brilliant.
Hopefully I'll probably have finished it by next show, so we can.
We'd do an episode or something where we just talk about Cobra Kai. Like, it's fantastic. Ryan Smith says when he's rub his hands together till Robbie then says medic. Yeah, that's fantastic. You'll find out about that, Peter. Just remember to ignore that, Peter. Ignore that. That's fine. Ignore that. And then we had a new trailer drop for The Walking Dead: The World Beyond. I couldn't give less of a shit.
No, I've not heard of it.
So done with The Walking Dead.
What's the premise of this? It's just another spin-off.
So it is, but this is for once it's in a completely separate place. It's nowhere near. Is it Georgia where they're in The Walking Dead? So they're completely different place. No one from The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead is going to be in it. By the looks of it, all the people in this come from a community that's quite well off by the looks of it. And they go out because one of their dads goes missing, and then they go out to try and find him. But they're all kind of teens. So I watched the trailer and I watched it twice, and just to see if there was anything in there I could spot. But I'm done with The Walking Dead because unless they do something massively different, because with The Walking Dead, it was they find somewhere, they settle down, some cunt comes along and ruins it. They then go and find somewhere else. They then settle down. Oh, look, an even bigger cunt comes along and ruins it.
That for whatever 8, 9, 10 seasons now.
9 series of just effectively being gypsies. Wandering around the place.
We're still awaiting the finale for the last season because the COVID hit before they were able to film that. And
I read somewhere today they said like it's going to take 2 years.
Really?
Like no one cares. Like if it didn't come back.
Although you're saying that, I kind of got back into it a bit on the last series, and I wanted to see the end. And then when they said, it's going to come at some point. I mean, I want it to end because I'm just so far down the rabbit hole that I think I will finish it off, but I'm not enjoying it. And I just want them to end it, so I can just put that away and say, okay.
I think I got to where Rick fucked off. And then that was it. I just decided, no, I'm going to stop. Don't want to watch anymore. I'm not in, and it wasn't because I thought Rick was a particularly good character. I thought he was a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I've had enough.
There's a lot of characters that annoy me. Carl annoyed the shit out of me, and I was very happy to see him.
As soon as that prick died, I was like, thank fuck for that, because he was just a dick.
And they never took that fucking hat off. It must have been welded to his head.
Yeah, he just had nits. Just weren't taking off.
I couldn't stand him.
What I have been watching lately, actually, on a completely unrelated note, and it's not on the show sheet or anything, is Schitt's Creek.
Yes,
on Netflix.
You mentioned it.
You mentioned that before.
I've watched a couple. Yeah, it's quite funny.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think I finally got caught up with my missus, and I finally on the last series, and I snuck ahead a bit and watched the making of.
Right.
And it is. I didn't realize that how popular it was in America.
Okay.
They love it over there. And apparently, what they did was they written the general storyline for like six series, and we're like, nope, we're always going to stop at 6. And it got popular just as the last series was on, like insanely popular. Yeah. And they were asked to make more in that, and they were like, nope, six series is what we were doing. Yeah. That's what we're doing. So they went out on their own steam.
Yeah.
But it's I can't remember her name, but it's the mum from Home Alone.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Who plays the wife, and she's the voice she does. Amazing. Moira in it. Moira. Brilliant. But yeah. Anyway, Schitt's Creek. Everyone should watch that. It's fantastic. Now this I'm excited for.
Yeah.
So we got sneak peeks at the Mando Series 2. We had some photos of, well, all of them. The three guys, Mando, Cara Dune, and Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name in the program. So this apparently Series 2 is airing October 30th. Cannot wait.
No.
Literally, no. I'm tempted. I'm owed a lot of hours at work, and I'm tempted to just say, right, now Alfie's back at school, just book 2 days off and sit there and just watch it.
You think they'll drop a whole lot in one go? Because they didn't with season 1.
Yeah, saying that, I'll be watching the same fucking episode for 2 days.
Yeah, you'll know every detail.
I could probably still do it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's going to be another stage one. Now you say it. What I don't want to happen though is would be like a day behind America or something.
Because it's a very similar schedule to last year. Because the last episode was kind of like a couple of days before Christmas, wasn't it? So this would be similar if it's 8 episodes.
Yeah, I mean his armor looks the same. Doesn't look much different. I think there's a new strap, or a new bag or something. The child looks a little bit older, looks a bit fuller faced.
Yeah.
Looks greener as well.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look so, because what I found, because when I painted that little one that Steve did us, he's a weird shade of green. He's like a greeny grey. He's more grey than green. Like when you mix up the paint, they was putting way more grey in it than I thought I would ever need to. But this, he looks almost kind of like lime green.
Yeah.
Bit of a weird thing that only I'd probably notice, but he, I'm so looking forward to this. I think it's what 2020 needs. It's a little bit of Mandalorian.
I really enjoyed the first series, and as much as I said I wasn't a massive fan of the child himself, I loved the show, and I said at the time that I think it was the best bit of Star Wars that I'd seen since the original trilogy.
Yeah, it is.
Any of the prequels or sequels,
but do you know what I think that is? Because it's not linked to anything.
No,
we've not had anyone really pop up from anything else. It's been its own thing. It's carved its own little story out. The only thing that's popped up from anything else, as far as I know, is the Darksaber. Other than that, it's pretty original.
Yeah, and we're gonna. I mean, we know we're gonna get Boba Fett, aren't we? But I believe because
I don't mind Boba Fett so much, because I think his story needs to be expanded, because he's such a popular character. Yet he fell into a big fucking sand vagina.
He did.
His story's been expanded in comics and stuff. But it'd be nice to revisit that character. And then we get Ahsoka, and there was even at some point talk of Carl Kestis turning up from the Fallen Order games, and it's like I think there was a meme where it was like everyone rumored to be in the Mandalorian, and it was the Jimmy Fallon couch. So they got Jimmy Fallon and stuck the Mando's helmet on, and there must have been a big Star Wars film or something at the time, and every person who was sitting on the couch was about 6 person. They just put a different Star Wars character's head on top of them. So you had like Grievous sitting there, and it was funny. It did make me laugh.
Yes, I have.
Here, Ryan Smith. You guys been watching The Boys? I haven't as of yet. I'm still stuck on the first series, but I do plan to watch it.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
It's good. I do like it.
Yeah, it is good. It's messed up.
Any good?
It's fucked up. Yeah.
Series 2?
It's just so brutal. I mean, it even says something like twice as much gore as the first series. And all this kind of thing. So, yeah, but it's good. It's funny. Because there's 3 episodes so far.
I just think they've been realistic, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the stuff you see in most superhero films, it wouldn't happen. But the stuff in The Boys, you could see 100% see happening.
Yeah, I mean that's
just a realistic twist on the superhero thing.
Absolute cunt. The bad Superman, basically,
big time.
He's a nasty piece of work. And then you've got the Aquaman guy, who's like really not in a good place.
Sex with dolphins, yeah.
He's dropped out of the 7, and he's drinking, and he's kind of thinking about killing himself, I think. The first episodes were good. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good series.
Yeah, I'll have to get caught up and watch it. So we go from one little baby Yoda to another. So some High Republic stuff dropped a couple of weeks ago, and it was a first look at Yoda in the High Republic. I am just please God no. So the left-hand photo looks pretty similar to the prequel Yoda. To me, I could make that now. I could dye his clothes and make that now. And then on the right-hand side, we got this weird-looking thing. The head, it just doesn't look like Yoda.
No.
But I was really, really looking forward to the High Republic not having anyone that we know in. Just completely fresh, completely new. I guarantee they've done this at some point. We'll see a Chewbacca as well. I'll put a tenner on it. Put a tenner on it. We're going to
set.
It's meant to be like 300 years before, before the prequels. So technically, Yoda would be probably about 300.
Is Chewie old enough?
I think so.
Old to be, yeah.
I think he would be, yeah.
No.
Well, I don't know Chewie's age. I don't know if it's ever been. All we know is he's really old because he popped up in the prequels, and they say in the new ones, didn't they?
Yeah, I think he's a couple of 100 years old, at least 300 maybe, but I don't know exactly. But obviously Yoda.
You watch the next time we get his fucking baby Chewie.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, no.
I was really looking forward. I mean, don't get me wrong. The one on the left, I quite like. I think that's quite a good look. Not a big fan of the one on the right. I think he looks older than he did in Return of the Jedi. But I was really looking forward to a brand new, fresh look at Star Wars without
that's his
tropesing out Yoda.
Fancy pants kind of ceremonial robes he's got on there, and the gold and stuff, isn't it? Yeah, I was a bit disappointed, and not because I think these designs are shit. I just think, for fuck's sake, I don't want to see any more Mandalorians, right? I don't want to see like 600-year-old Mandalorians. I just want them to do something new, just completely new, completely fresh. I don't want to see the same stuff I've been seeing now for the last,
6-7 years. I want to see something new.
Yeah.
So yeah, this doesn't tickle my pickle in the slightest.
No.
Yeah, and for once,
That's
no one in the groups has pissed me off. There's been nothing I've seen that.
No.
No.
It's all been a
Well,
bit
saying
quiet.
that,
It's all settled down a bit
yeah,
now, but
there's a couple of bits, people buying and selling stuff every 2 seconds and managing just to not have anything that isn't broken to sell. Yeah. But anyway, custom corner. So I've been a bit busy lately, if I'm honest. So I've had a few more mall commissions. I seem to do quite a few of them now. With these ones, though, I've gone slightly different. I've started darkening the horns on them because I think they just look better like that.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And again, that's sad. I chromed the little stud in the ear.
Still eking out the chrome.
Yep. Still, I paid £35 for that little drop of paint. I'm gonna eke the shit out of that.
You're gonna be licking the dregs out.
I will be. Yeah. And then I got another Batman to customize for someone.
Right.
So on that one, I did exactly what I did on my one, but when it turned up, it came with a mark on the nose and the forehead. So I repainted the cowl. So the cowl's a lot darker. And I think actually I'm going to go back and do it on mine as well. I just did a bit of gentle highlighting just to bring out the frown a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that one. And then I had for our friend Dean Gladwell, this little Witcher trophy. So with this one, I think I showed it a couple of weeks back where I chromed twat, where I had dremeled off the hair. I'd actually got around to hairing it. I gave that a go. Now, I am not a hairer in the slightest, and I will not be doing loads and loads of hairing. If you want a zombie to hair, not a problem, because it can be patchy. The amount of the amount of hair I stuck on this, the amount of hair that fell off once I put some gel in it. So that hair is quite secure, that bit. But I've actually picked up another one of these to do. So because I didn't realise our friend George Wall 3D prints them.
Yeah.
So he sent me another one to do, that's how they come.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So all that hair I just Dremel off, and then luckily it leaves a load of holes in the sculpt, which is perfect. Now the skull's got fucking holes in it. But yeah, so I like a bit of gore work. It's fun to do. So yeah, I was quite
interesting. What glue did you use for the hair?
Tacky glue, like fabric glue.
Yeah.
Because it dries clear. So
super glue is shit for it because you get left with the white residue.
So
very difficult to get rid of.
What I used was, I think I've got it in here in my little trolley. I use tacky glue. And what you do is you get a mirror or a tile or something flat and smooth. Put a couple of lines across like you do in Coke.
Yeah.
Cut up the hair. And just divide it into chunks. Get a little toothpick and lay the hair flat on the glue. So one end of the hair is just touching the glue. Prod it all in and mix it all up with the toothpick. Now, there's two ways of doing it. You can either let that dry and then peel it off, so you have bits of hair about that big, like that long, with all hanging down. Then you can cut that into chunks and then re-glue that on. But what I did with this was let it go off a little bit and then pick those up, put them on top of the head. You kind of imagine a line going down the middle of the hair, like a parting, and started just tapping it down on that and then letting it dry. It's all over the show once you first do it. Yeah. And then I ran it under a tap, pulled off a few bits and pieces, and then actually used like a beard oil gel type thing. Yeah. Because evidently I'm not going to have fucking hair gel, but beard shit I've got enough of. And then ran that in, and that actually dried quite hard.
So is that like a Tibetan lamb's wool?
Yes. Yeah. So when you order hair, I either got it. So the hair for this came just in a big bag, and it's all just a big pile of hair.
It's loose.
Yeah, and then I ordered some Tibetan lamb's wool that turned up in like
comes on the skin. Yeah.
Well, this what I ordered turned up like in a braid.
Okay.
So I've tried using a bit of that before, and it just didn't work. I do want to. I want to try more herring.
Yeah.
But not like full bodied.
No.
Like hair.
So all the ones I thought they come on the piece of skin, and then you just cut what you want.
Yeah. So I'd be tempted to try hair in bits of that, just these bits. So on this Qui-Gon, it's a really nice sculpt, but the hair is solid.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to put it on the body, it never quite lines up properly.
No.
You've always got like a bit of a gap, and it's really irritating. That's why I never bothered building it.
Yeah.
But if those bits I could Dremel off,
mm-hmm.
resculpt what I need to, and then just hair those bits, I think that would probably work. And then just repaint the hair to match.
It's something that I'd like to get better at. I've dabbled with it, and the only one I've really had much success with was that Gandalf, because you painted the Magneto head for me, and that works well. But it is tricky to kind of get it to stick where you want it, and also to stay where you want it. And you can keep adding more and more on, but then it's and the people that do it to a really high standard, I've got a lot of respect, because it is a skill. And the people that braid, like when they do like Legolas and stuff, and they're braiding, amazing.
Yeah, it's a really really fiddly thing to do, and it's really hard to get it looking good. Like that's a piece of piss, because it's just straight long hair. It doesn't have to look great because it's a fucking zombified skull. But you've almost got to be like a mini hairdresser. It's stuff like when you cut the hair as well, like being able to layer it and all of that. And you no. And to be fair, if you give me the choice between a rooted figure and a sculpted figure, I will always go sculpted, because I just think they look better. But it was fun to do, and I've picked up a commission out of doing it. But it's
funny, because somebody messaged me today and said, can I hair a figure? And I kind of said no. I don't mind doing it for myself and messing about, but I don't think I'd
when it's for someone else, it's
no.
I mean, I've gotten really busy. I've got some other stuff that people have sent me. So do you remember I did that repaint of a Snape? The 18 quid Harry Potter. Yeah. So I've now got a Hagrid to do, which is that one, which is a Robbie Coltrane. Now, the sculpt itself isn't that bad. The hair, I would send that off to be rehaired if it was mine, because it's Dolly hair. But the actual sculpt itself, pretty good. And I was impressed with the Snape. I thought the actual sculpting on that was also actually pretty good. And that's the thing. Sometimes these cheaper companies that do, I mean, McGonagall's going to need a lot of work just to get it looking old, because they've kind of they've been very kind to Maggie Smith there. Very kind.
These are the Star Race figures.
No, these are Mattel.
Okay.
These are just Mattel. And like the Dobby actually doesn't look that bad. Like sculpt wise.
Yeah.
But so I've got those to do. I think I've got someone sending me another couple of malls. And I'm doing another indie. Another indie's turning up, which I'm quite looking forward to, because it's been at least a month since I've done an indie. It is the Inigo. The V3, yes. Yeah. So I've got another V3 to do. A Michael from The Lost Boys. And a Doctor Who, is it Doctor Who? Oh, a Nathan Fillion.
Okay.
To do from Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly.
So yeah, so I've got, and then I've also got to paint this up as well. That Steve 3D printed me, the Falcon ramp.
Falcon
I primed it. I've got it primed.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what I did like a twat? I couldn't believe I did it. So finished off a more head. And I have this silver tin of primer that my mate gave me, that he found in his garage and said, "Do you want it? It's just grey primer. I don't know where I've got it from." And it looks very similar. I can't get it because it's just out of reach. Very, very similar to my tin of silver, my silver tin of varnish. So you never guess what I did when I finished them all. Started spraying it, and luckily I hadn't shaken it properly. So what came out to begin with was just vapor, nothing. And then these like grey sprodges started to appear, and I was like, "Fuck, what have I done?" Fuck's sake, sprayed it fucking grey. And it was like 11:30 at night. I'd finished painting, and I was like, I've been at work all day. I started painting in the evening, and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So I had to do it again.
Oh shit!
Half of it, I just had to do again, and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
You've labelled
like,
now.
Why?
Put a big
I've literally they're just so far apart that I won't be able to that I just won't be able to do that again.
Oh,
but yeah, I was like, oh, for fuck. Yeah, it wasn't my finest hour, if I must admit. No, it really wasn't. Hang on, we've got a comment. What do you guys think of the new June trailer? I haven't seen it. No, I plan to. I haven't watched it yet. I'm not a big June fan, if I'm honest. I think I watched the film. I thought it was weird.
I quite like the film. It is very weird.
Thank you, Ryan.
But I do like it. But yeah, I haven't got around. I meant to. I saw it was up, and I haven't got round to looking at it yet.
I think on Prime at the moment there's the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with Charles Xavier, what's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
No, the young one. He was in Filth as well. James McAvoy, yeah. So there's that's on, and I tried watching the first episode, just couldn't get into it. So I'll watch the trailer, but
weirdly, I think Patrick Stewart's in the old film.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a weird connection there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of teaches him to fight with the knives, doesn't he?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Topless or something, isn't he? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. But yeah. So once again, we just want to thank Watto, the man, the genius. Honestly, I can't pick him up enough, to be fair. Even if he wasn't sponsoring us, we'd still be singing his praises. Yeah, he's done. I genuinely enjoy painting his stuff. He's particularly his animated stuff is just cosmic.
Yeah,
like it's fantastic. I can't whack it. I'm looking forward to getting my Rex off of him for when my Hot Toys Rex arrives in like 2 years' time. Because it is just brilliant. Like he's really good.
Marion Ravenwood might be in the next package.
Yes, I think she is. Yeah. So he showed me a big pile of stuff that was coming, and I saw Miriam in there.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know, like he does stuff like that. So he did Miriam for us. No one else is going to.
Looking forward to that one. I've got the figure now, but I've got a knockoff Jin Urso head on, which actually looks all right. You know, actually looks quite good. Yeah, looking forward to that. That'd be good.
Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to that. It's like Christmas when those parcels come through. So yeah, because I've also got the Patreon stuff should be coming through from Zach as well. So a few of these guys on this Patreon list are going to be getting their paint up.
Do the list this week, mate.
Yeah, you might as well give me a rest.
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, thanks to our Patreon members for helping send some money for my new mic, which went for a Burton halfway through the show. I'm just checking it now. It looks like it's straight, but I'll be getting the cable ties out when this is finished, and sure it's not going to go anywhere. So we have Ben Porter, Griffin Campbell, Sean Fear, Watto, Ian Seaby, Rene Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Leo Hernandez, Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Crett, Jason Nelson, Big Fern, King Zachary V, Cesar Mariquin, Eric Ruiz, Mario Cortez, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yeltsin, Scott Bradley, Jesse Contreras, and Stephen Maria Standley. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. You keep the lights on and the home fires burning.
Yeah, and I believe they're getting an OFAC sticker this in their next pass.
They should be getting one soon. The classic design. Yeah. And then we have our other shows. Oh no, we haven't. I need to all about Patreon first.
You do, yeah.
So these guys are a mix of both these tiers. We've got 2 tiers. Sweet Angel for $5 a month, and I apologise, it is in dollars. $5 a month. This weird, funny money, which gives you £3.50 for us, normal people. So you get a sticker sent straight to your door. We order your sticker near the close of each month to ensure we have an appropriate amount of stickers. Lovely jubbly. Then there's the £15 tier or $15 tier, which is whatever that is in pounds, Pete. You good at math?
11 quid.
11 quid. Call it 11 quid. It's something like
that. Yeah. It's quite a good exchange rate for us at the moment.
Yeah, it's not bad. It works in our favour. So this crispy tier includes an official certified crispy certificate on your first pledge, a free scope painted by Darkside Customs, that's me, per year, and you will be responsible for shipping both ways, and that also includes import tax, by the way. I'm not paying your import duty fees. Assistance with a figure fixed by Zach. You just got to message Zach beforehand just to double check that it's something he can do. He does fix most figures with just semen and tears, so just be aware of that. And you get all the benefits of each of the previous tiers, so you also still get your sticker, semen and tears and stickers. You get all of those.
That's funny because we must clarify that you're not providing a free sculpt; you're just providing the paint.
Yes, I'm not going to give you a free sculpt.
But every time I hear it, I'm thinking like people thinking that you're going to chuck a sculpt in. But,
no. I will just sculpt. I'm just going to paint it, and that is a standard 1/6 scale head. Don't go sending me no life size shit or like the world's most complicated, etching and shit like that. It's a standard 1/6 scale head to paint. And to be fair, that's not a bad tier to be.
Have you had any come through yet?
No. So Danny Lee, semen and tears. That's the next sticker. I think so. I think that could be. The thing is, they wouldn't even do the dog's bollock sticker, so I don't know how you're going to get semen and tears on there. What was I saying? I was saying about painting. What were we saying? Semen and tears as front as well.
Cash in?
No, not yet. But I've had Danny's. Actually, saying that, I've got this T-shirt of Danny's to paint with. He's got a scope coming his way that he sent over to Zach, and Zach's going to send a load of stuff over.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think it's stuff that Zach's sending, I send away, so it's all just going to go in one big parcel. So I should get some of those soon. So my side is going to be full up with loads of Watto stuff, which has stuff for me, stuff for you, stuff for loads of different people. So I'm just hoping everyone labels everything up so I know who's in. It's great, really, because what happens is I get a load of stuff in, and then all the stuff I'm painting for myself just sits there, not touched for fucking weeks and months. So at the moment, for me, I've got a Ra's al Ghul, and I'm repainting the sideshow Mace Windu. Fucking, they've been on pegs now for months, about 2 months now. Just haven't had a chance to look at them. But anyway, I'm moaning that I've got too much to paint. I shouldn't.
Well, no.
And we have other shows on our network. We have the auction, which actually, if you're in the UK, tough shit, you ain't getting in on that. But it's an auction. It's an auction that the guys do on Orcs. For us over in the UK, it's probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock at night. I did watch the replay of one, and they are some very, very good deals to get.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good deals. Way below retail, way below scalper prices. Yeah. And it looked a laugh, to be fair. So we've got that. Then there's the boys at Collecting Weekly. Then we've got Collecting Rarities, Small Talk, The Joy of Hobbying, us, probably the jewel in the crown.
Definitely.
Us. And we got the Collecting Comics. Yep, we're a good, wholesome family show. We've got Collecting Comics, After Dark, and Creeps on Us. One half of it is, Pete's all right. The other guy's a bit of a dick, but we can live with him. But anyway, Steve's not here to defend himself, so... No, he's out gallivanting. So yeah, that's us. That is our network. That's the empire that we are carving out. And if I just listened to the last Collecting Weekly, and it looks like Zach wants to write a book.
Oh yes, and he mentioned us in there, so
he did. The thing that made me laugh was he went. He said, we were going to do this little handbook, but no one wanted to do it. I thought, hang on, you cheeky fuck. No, hang on. He did. He said about it, and we said, yeah, we'll do it. And then we never heard anything ever again. And I was like, well, the fact you'll do write it for you. I don't know. I can do a chapter on how to get a hand peg out.
Yeah.
In fact, that should have been that should be my group shenanigans. Is the amount of posts I've seen this week of how do I get a hand peg out that's stuck? How can you remove super glue from a figure? No. The best one I saw today was how are Hot Toys at living up to their due dates? Not very good, mate. Some bloke had ordered a figure for his son for Christmas that wasn't out yet. It was meant to be out in December, and I was like, it's a big fucking empty spot under that Christmas tree.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You ain't getting that.
No, no relying on that.
But he does wash them off after in the bidet. that should be another sticker. Fixed with semen and tears, but washed in the bidet.
How did the semen get all around his BH?
Well,
I mean,
pre-social distancing, I could give you a few ideas.
And we know that he's got one hell of an ass that is coveted by many.
That's why he needs the bidet, because he's been whoring his ass out for figures again, and he needs to give it a good rinse before and after.
It's got to be keeping it sweet. Did you see that hilarious video of that security guard sniffing that girl's?
No.
They showed some video of some security footage in a gym, and there was a security guard, and there was a young lady working out doing squats and stuff, and he's sneaking in. He was sniffing her butt crack, or something else near enough to that. And he kept going in for more, and he was sniffing it up. Yeah, and then eventually on the fourth one, he got busted, and. But it's hilarious.
What did she do? Turn around and lamp him one?
Yeah, I don't know. She kind of was. Yeah, he was. It didn't show that. She just kind of I think she ended up squatting onto his head. And something but yeah, he was.
That shit the life out of you.
Yeah, but that was a funny section on the show. I enjoyed that. That was funny. So there's a lot of kind of toilet based stuff going on in the CW world at the moment.
There is, yeah. I think he likes, because it was weird, because I must have missed the show because I started listening to the last one and it was all fucking bidets, and I was like, where the fuck did this come from? Because obviously, I don't know if it came up on After Dark or what, but After Dark for us is 2 a.m. So
I don't know where it came from. It was kind of like it had obviously been spoken of earlier. Zach had bought this bidet and then I kind of caught up with it, but I thought it was a bit odd.
It's great because some of the After Darks, when I wake up in the morning, they're still on. So I'll start watching and commenting, and Zach goes, "Oh, come on!" And he sends me the link, and I'm like, "I can't. I've literally just got up. My boys are running around like a loon." They look a laugh. They do look good, and the ones I've seen are funny. They do go off.
after the shit I got from my other half and the last time I did that, I don't think I'll do that again.
No, it wasn't worth the aggro, was
What are you
it?
doing? And I'm like, well, I'm just jumping on the show. Well,
Hmm.
yeah, so I don't do that anymore.
I was going to say, I'd be very, very careful about slagging off live on the internet. That shit will come back to haunt you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to be. Yeah, so I should stick to my scheduled shows.
Yeah. See you later, Jason.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life, and all that.
Yeah. I think, she kind of lets me do the fortnightly show and stuff, but she's not a big fan of my hobby, and I get some funny looks when I'm kind of doing stuff with my fingers.
Yeah, mine tolerates it.
Yeah,
she lets me get away with it. I don't think a lot of women would let me get away with what I get away with.
No,
but because she's not allowed in here at all. So she doesn't hoover it, nothing. She's not allowed in because I think I've told you before, but on my DeLorean, I've got this lightning rod.
Oh, yeah. She broke it.
She came in and she was, because what I tend to do is I've got a blackout curtain in here that if I'm home, I open it up just because it lets a bit more light in the hallway. And I'm not that worried about sunlight on my figures because I'm not a cretin. It's not, I don't live in the fucking Sahara. A little bit of sunlight isn't going to bleach.
10 minutes of a day,
yeah, it's not going to bleach my figures because it's not direct sunlight. So she's come in and gone, oh, silly fucker hasn't opened his curtain. He's roller fucker.
Yep.
So she's started doing it, and she's wearing this fucking bedazzled fucking scarf thing that I've never seen before or since in my fucking life.
It's because you burned it.
Yeah, and it's hooked round. It's hooked round the hook, and as she stood up, it's pulled the lightning rod out, and it sits in a little the little block on the back of the DeLorean.
Yeah.
She's got that, and it has wires that go through it that then hook into other hooks. Just ripped all that out. And I remember I was at the post office posting some stuff on the way home, and she texted me like, I'm so sorry, I broke your DeLorean. And I was like,
oh my God,
you send me fucking photos now. And, she literally sent me these photos, and I was like, and I was so relieved because it was all fixable. I can now, if I didn't do what I do, I'd probably have a fucking fit and I wouldn't be able to fix it, and I'd be fucking inconsolable. But because I don't mind fucking about with stuff, I can fix that quite comfortably. And I was like, for fuck's sake.
You just had visions of the whole thing like being tipped onto the floor.
When she said, because at the time I didn't have a case. I had no display case for it. It was just there on top of my my drawer that I've got all like my painting stuff in. And I was like, to be honest, I was like, right, okay, no. I'm going to get a display case for it, and I'm going to get one made. And she was like, okay. Like, she couldn't argue the task. I was like, okay. So I went out and reached to not background spaces, immortal cases over here in the UK. Like, if you're in the UK and you want a custom made display case, hit immortal cases up. They are fantastic. They did my DeLorean one, and it was great because he mirrored the back so that when the DeLorean's sitting there, I can see both sides of it, because I never understood when people get these vehicles and they put them in a display case and they put them up against the wall, why they don't have a mirrored back.
Yeah.
Because I can see both sides of my DeLorean. I can see the stuff that's inside the passenger seat on the other side. Like, it just made so much more sense. And he even drove down and delivered it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, fantastic. He drilled the hole out in the bottom like I wanted for the power. Fantastic guy. I think it was 300 quid, 350, something like that. But it's fantastic. Like, because I've never understood. This is another thing on the groups that fucks me off a lot, is you see people go, I'm after a display case. I don't really want to spend a lot, so I've just gone for like Detolfs. And you're like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with those. They're absolutely fine. But you get people who will not buy anything else, but they will buy like a £500 figure without batting an eyelid like that. But they won't spend like the money on a display case, or even you see everything so crammed into these Detolfs that there's like 20 figures a shelf, and you kind of just don't buy one figure. If you look at those prices I've just given people, you look at that Venomized Iron Man, 400 quid.
Mm-hmm.
For 400 quid, that's only £100 less than I paid for the 3 Bestas, all the doors, all the shelves, all the lighting, and that's relatively cheap compared to going like down module case.
That really, showcases your figures and lets you appreciate them. I mean, I'm guilty as any of cramming too many figures into Detoffs, and like my other half, to make a fair point, has always said, well, why do you spend all the money on these figures when you can't see half of them?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I agree with you. It's a space issue. It's not necessarily a money issue, because I would spend the money. Now I've got these billies. I'm kind of working on those. But to me, it's always been a case of, I know I've got the figures. Yeah. That's part of the thing. I've got them, and all right, some of them I can't see as well, but to me, I've got them, and I can always move them about and everything. But yeah, hopefully now, when these should be finished, probably have some photos for the next show. They're showcases them a bit better now.
See, I've always said, if I get to the point with those where everything is crammed in and I can't see what's going on, I'm going to stop buying figures. And every time I think I'm going to buy a figure, put the money in the bank and go, and then wait until I've got a decent amount and just have a custom one built.
Yeah.
Because the thing is with this is, and I think about it quite a bit, is if that was one long shelf, I'd love it, because everywhere you've got these where they join, that's space that you could get another 2-3 figures.
Quite a big space. Quite a thick space.
They're quite because if you think, they've got trims on and stuff like that, so it gives you probably about that much between each. And just being able to have them spaced out in a long line, a long display case, gives you so many more options. You can get vehicles in there. That DeLorean, if it wasn't that they were all separates, you could get it in there.
It would go in there,
It would go in there fine. It's got the depth. And it's just...
Yeah, I think really, you're right. Ultimately, a full custom would, but you'd have to kind of make sure you'd pretty much locked down your collection, because if you custom built it to fit a certain set of figures and displays, and then you kind of changed it all. Because that's why.
Well, that's why you go for the space, not for the figures.
Yeah.
So, because I was looking at these, I was thinking about, well, actually, if you just built the shelves into the wall, and then all you would need, the most expensive part is the glass.
Yeah, the doors.
So so you would have to have effectively the glass. You could have them on runners, so they're effectively a sliding wardrobe.
Sliding,
so just pass like that, or you have them so they're doors. But you, if you got rid of all this framework and you just use the space and put the shelves, like floating shelves in, you stacks of room, stacks of room.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, that's the issue I've got with these billies. They're double. They're kind of twice as wide as a Detoff, but they're not as deep. And you're working with the shelves. Obviously, there is some movement with them. But
it's that center one that's fixed.
Yeah, although I have moved that on one of them. There's a bit of a ball ache. I had to kind of cut the dowels with just a hacksaw blade, because I couldn't get the hacksaw in. And then the trouble is that there's then attached to the 2 backboards, so that kind of rips them a bit. So there's a lot of duct tape behind it now, but it's okay. But it is a bit of grief. The other one's fine, because the other one, I've only got 4 shelves on one of them, because I've got some taller. I've got Ed 9 in there, and the power loader, and Indy on his horse. But the one on the other side, I needed to rejig it, so it's worked out fine. But it is a bit of grief.
Yeah.
I thought one new it'd be easier, because you could put that shelf in where you wanted in the first place. But obviously, I bought these used. But I think from what I'm looking at now, that it's definitely better than the Detolfs, but it's caused me to have to make a few decisions about what's going with what, and as a result, I have a few Arnie figures that may be up for sale, which is the comment you saw that I made to Steve on the group chat when it was meant to be. So he's contemplating a purchase of a few figures from me.
Nice
for his Arnie collection.
But you can get a 40 centimeter deep Billy.
You can, and I think Steve said they're only available in white for some weird reason, because he said he thought about getting one and spraying it black.
Thing is, the shelves you'd have to wrap with something, because the stands would just take this.
Like the stuff we use for the Detolfs. That black.
Because the issue you've got is if you've got anything like a because it's melamine. That's the stuff they put on it, so it's ultra smooth. So even if you sand it up, eventually it will just chip because of it. Yeah, no matter what you prime it with, it will just chip. So what I found was the best thing with those was using the wraps.
Yeah.
So you paint your non-touch points that aren't ever going to be hit with anything or touch, and then the shelves themselves, you just wrap those. It makes it a lot easier. But yeah.
So I get what you mean. Yeah, I mean full custom shelves would be great. But I think yours are good. I like, because you've got, how deep are those? They
are fucking deep. They're more than 40 centimeters.
Yeah, they must be over 50. I'd have thought.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what they are.
It gives you good options to use risers and stuff. And
I mean, the good thing about these is they do the half shelves. So all the shelves I've got in there are just half ones, and they're adjustable. So you can either, if I went for something a smaller scale, I could just divide those in two.
Okay. Yeah.
So I could end up having like 9 cubes. But with the 6-inch scale, you couldn't get two in.
No.
But what I do like about them is obviously because each cube is at a different height, you need that back shelf at a different height. Because the only thing I'm not a huge fan of, I think they look nice, but they don't do the old style anymore. These doors have quite a big trim on them.
Yes. Yeah.
Like this bit here. So if that was just, because I think, like the Billy doors.
Yeah.
If you take the sheet of paper out, they've got that thin silver banding around it.
Yeah,
they used to do these.
This is the one I'm trying to get, but nobody's got any at the moment. Replace mine,
so they used to do those just as the squares.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I looked at these, I looked at Billy doors to see if the Billy doors would fit on them, and they won't. The Billy doors on these come to about there. So I was a bit like, fuck. So I went for these instead. But what I'm finding now is that now I have more space per cube. It's kind of hard to group. It's getting harder to group things together. But I think that's more to do with my collection, because it's like Jabba. Jabba's great. I love him. I've tried to sell him a few times, and I don't know if I'm just pricing him too high or my heart's just not quite in it. But he's up on the top, and he's great, but he takes up too much room. Yeah. So it's kind of like, well, but then it shows how big these are. I can get Chewbacca on the half shelf standing up fully erect. So an erect Chewbacca.
Wow.
And I can get Jabba on underneath absolutely fine. But yeah, I just need to, I think I need to figure out what I want out of my collection at the moment, because nothing's really exciting me. I like taking photos of figures, modifying them, doing all of that, but I'm happy with my collection as it is. I could almost just do with just a little bit more room, like almost another 3 of these, another set like I've got behind me, just so I can split things out a bit more. Or even if I could get a Detolf in there, I'd do it. But I just can't. That's why I was kind of interested in the Billies, because this wall in front of me here, gas pipe that comes in, but actually if I had a Billy and it only came out 30 centimeters, I could probably squeeze that in. But the biggest thing in here that causes me the biggest headache space-wise is the DeLorean.
Yes, yeah.
Because
I mean, ultimately,
otherwise I could get some of the half ones of these to sit underneath my window.
Yeah, if I picked up a third Billy, that'd probably be, but that would be enough space for mine really. I've got a shelf for New Hope, Empire, Jedi, but because of where I've had to move them to get 5 in, I can't get Vader or Chewie standing up. So Chewie's quite bent down, although he'll probably end up in the Falcon cockpit anyway when I get that. But Vader, I've had to kind of have in like a kneeling pose.
Yeah,
which is not ideal, but it's the only way I can kind of do that at the moment and have them, above each other, which I think looks good. I could move the Jedi one to the other one, but then they're not all together, and it's in with the indie stuff. So, they're the sort of decisions you have to make, compromises, I think. But yeah,
I mean, I was tempted to look at the Billy and look because on this wall here, there's on the other side of it outside, there's the gas meter.
Mm-hmm.
So this side of it, I've got this pipe that's boxed in that only comes up to kind of like there, and that's what I've rested my shelf on. I've got all my heads on sticks and stuff. And I was thinking, actually, I could get a Billy, notch out for that piece of pipe work and the boxing in, and just slide it over the top. But then I thought, I'd be losing all that shelf. The whole bottom would be useless because it's only 30 centimeters. That probably 6 out 10. That leaves me with 20, and realistically, they're going to be like that pushed up against the glass. So I was like, I might have to pop that. And then because I use this room to record as well, I'm even more squished in. The best thing I could probably get.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Yeah, I mean,
the bottom shelf, you've still got. I mean, they're like over 2 meters tall. So
yeah, I mean, I suppose if on the bottom shelf I could get like the bigger figures, like Jabba, if I could still get Jabba on there, or like Thanos or something, that could potentially work. I don't know. I need to. What I need is a desk first, really, upstairs in the spare room for my, when I work at home. Because what I originally wanted to do in here was try and move the DeLorean upstairs and just get some worktop to run underneath the window and around, and then I could have somewhere to work. And have somewhere to set up some 3D printers, because ultimately I want 3D printers. This is the only place I could probably put them. But where? Because if I put anything behind me, it blocks out the display case. Can't put it that side because that's where the DeLorean is. I've only really got this area in front of me, and I keep my trolley full of paint in here, and it's just too much. I mean, the only thing I could do is really sweet talk my missus and try and get a bit of worktop put out in the hallway that I can put a 3D printer on. But we've got an electrical cupboard that's a really awkward height, so I don't even think I could put one there.
I know what kind of response I'd get. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. I just really want a resin 3D printer.
Yeah,
really badly. And the thing is, they're not the type of thing you can just pack away. They have to go somewhere and stay there. So I'm a bit, and it's not like I can't put it in the kitchen because I fucking poison everyone. I can't put it in the spare room because I snore and I end up keeping in there a lot, so I'll just poison myself.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck knows where I could put it. I've literally got nowhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. You haven't got anywhere. You couldn't build a little shed or a garden.
No, nothing. So my
I've just been building a summer house, but there's no way that I'd be able to have a 3D printer in there anyway.
No. She kicked your ass.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm lucky. I've got this room here, and I'm grateful for that. So
because if I didn't collect figures, I'd probably this would be a fucking sewing room. It wouldn't even be mine. But if I didn't collect figures, I'd probably have a telly out here, and this would be like a little games room or something. No, I'd never get my boy out of it.
No.
But yeah.
Is
Cool.
he banned from that room as well?
I haven't had to ban him, but he knows not to come in. He says, I'm only allowed to go in there when Daddy's here.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Because I'm dreading when he gets a little bit older and he's a little bit more bullshit, a little bit more curious, and starts to like, oh, I need some glue. Oh, Dad's got that. Oh, I'll nick it out of him. Or, I need this. Or I'm not looking forward to that.
My boy's 10 now, and he's really good, and he's very respectful of it and everything. But my worry's more about when he's like a teenager, when he's 14, 15, and he's here with his mates without either of us here, and he's like, "Oh yeah, come and check these out," and that would be the bit where I'd be
some little shit touches them, or like parties. When I think of the parties I had when I was a kid, when my mum and dad went away,
I know.
And I think they were all over the place in my mum and dad's room, my brother's room. Like I just think
that's the worry. I mean, it's a few years off, but that would be. And like his mates are really nice and sensible at the moment, but they all go a bit mad, don't they? When they.
If I'm still in this house, I've got an arch. I've got a doorway here. I'll put a fucking door on it and a lock.
Yeah.
I will. And when I go away, it gets fucking locked, and it doesn't get unlocked until I fucking come home.
Yeah. Good idea. I might have to do the same.
Padlock the fuck out of everything.
Yeah, definitely.
It's trash the rest of us, I don't care.
Because I got locks on the Detoffs, but I haven't got anything on the biddies.
No.
So, we'll see.
Yeah, not looking forward to those days. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it, mate.
Yeah.
I think we ain't done to see. I said this would happen.
Yeah.
Just before we went on, we were like, we ain't got a very big show sheet. Yeah. Any time we seem to have like 3 things on the show sheet, we ramble on for near enough 2 hours. Yeah. Anytime we've got a jam-packed show sheet, we just don't. We're like, right, done now. See you later. Bye. I think we chewed the fat for a bit.
Yeah, it's good. Good show.
Andy. Cool. All right. Well, it is a bye from me. I've got no one to shout out because I'm an ungrateful cunt. How about you, Pete?
One last shout out to the Patreon subscribers. You help support the network, and we're very grateful. Tell your friends about us. I was
only the ones.
Yeah, are the ones that got money that can afford to pay $15, whatever they are, a month. It's funny because I went on a work call today and I had the mic in there, and they said, "Oh, the DJ's turned up." So then I had video on, and then so I spent 10 minutes explaining what we do, and they were quite interested. Some of them were quite interested. I did send them a link, and they had a look at it, but I'm not sure anyone's going to listen from work, but they, it was quite.
So at the start of lockdown, because I didn't have the boom arm, it was just on the thing. So I was using my mic for work all the time, and all I got was comments of like, because they didn't see it because it was just off camera. Yeah. They were like, oh well, what's those birds I can hear, and what's this I can hear, and what's that? Because a Yetis are quite a pretty good mics. Like if a bird farts outside, you'll fucking hear it. Like that's why I was like, I can hear myself, Peter. I can hear it. Like they're quite nice mics. And then as soon as I got the boom arm, I was like, I'm not brave enough to have that in a work call. Like I look like I take my job far too seriously. So I went back to using the headset, but it's paid for itself really. Like it is, and I was lucky because I got my mic quite cheap off of eBay. Because on eBay they're all over the show. They are absolutely all over the show. You got some for like 150, and I was thinking, hang on, that must be like a different tier of mic. No, it's exactly the same mic as this guy selling one for 50 quid second hand. It's like,
I got mine second hand. And it was about 65. Yeah.
And when you see how much they are brand new, I was like, it has to be a different mic.
Yeah, I know.
It's not. I couldn't believe how. I suppose second hand wise, there's not a big demand for it.
No.
I guess, which is probably why the RSN falls out of it. But
but
anyway, so later, Toy Mafia.
Yep.
And sign off see you later, Danny Lee. Yeah, right. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.